An airline kicked me off my flight and I've never felt happier. Everyone stared at me like I was a criminal while the gate agents escorted me off the plane. But guys, it wasn't even my fault that they overbooked the flight, and I didn't even volunteer. When one of the staff walked over with a big smile, I couldn't say no. Still, the entire thing felt embarrassing. When's the next flight home? I have a work meeting in a few hours, and if I miss that, my boss will fire me. I can't lose this job. Not with my brother's medical bills piling up, I explained. The agent giggled and told me not to worry, that they've already given me priority for the next flight coming in. But they left out one important thing: the upgrade into first class. The very thing that would change the course of my life. The seats were massive and had a strong leather scent, and each person there looked and dressed like someone important. Businessmen, celebrities. And just like when I was getting escorted off the first plane, these people stared at me too. The flight attendant handed me a warm towel and handed me a menu to order my first ever first class meal. Caviar, the voice beside me called out. I turned and found a handsome man watching me with an amused smile that left me speechless. Now I really know you're not used to this kind of stuff. That caviar stuff is all marketing and 0% taste. My face went hot. I know. I was just in the mood to eat something bland, I joked. He grinned. Let me show you other things here you might like. He spent the next hour showing me all the first class secrets. The snacks hidden in the armrest, the best champagne to order, and syncing movies on our screen just so we could talk and laugh about each scene. I mean, it was the most romantic thing I'd ever experienced. By the time the plane started descending, I kind of felt sad that we had to go. I sat in my seat, working up the courage to ask him for his name and number. But by then, he had already grabbed his bags and disappeared into the terminal crowd. And I thought that was it. I lost my chance to ever see him again. I grabbed my suitcase and headed straight toward work to make it to my meeting. I walked into the office and froze. The same man from the plane was now standing right next to my boss's desk, laughing. My boss, Evan, waved me over. This is my brother, Jace. He'll be here for the next few weeks helping us out on the advertisement campaign. Catch him up on the meeting details before we go. Jace's eyes lit up the moment he recognized me. Before he could say anything, I held out my hand and smiled. Nice to meet you, sir. He blinked at me, surprised, then reached out, his smile completely gone. Yes, nice to meet you. I started giving him a tour of the office, showed him how to work certain machines, gave him the rundown of the current project. What about dates? Where do couples at work like to hang out? He asked, leaning close. Nope, there's a strict no dating policy here. Everyone follows it. Even you? He teased. Especially me, I answered. So please pretend we don't know each other. But instead of listening, Jace took it as a challenge, sending small suggestive glances across the conference room, brushing his hand against mine every time he passed me documents, leaving notes on my desk he knew would leave me flustered. I tried to ignore it all, but each time I saw him, my heart raced like mad. I was wavering. He was putting my career on the line, and I had to put an end to it. I found him alone in the break room and closed the door behind me. We need to talk. Jace leaned against the counter, arms crossed, finally ready to stop pretending there's nothing between us. No, I said firmly. I'm ready for you to stop putting my job at risk, but it's hard when you keep doing what? He smiled, walking over, placing one arm on each side of my head. I held my hand up to his face to stop him. When you keep doing things like this, you know your brother's policy isn't a joke. He fired 4 people over this last year. And look, I can't lose this job. My brother's sick. No one else is helping me pay, so please. Jace frowned. I'd tear down that policy if I could, but it's there for a reason. 20 years ago, Mom found out about Dad's affair with someone at the company. Mom fell apart, then left us that same week. I felt my chest tighten. That's awful. He nodded. It was, but I'm not our dad. He gently pushed my hand back and looked me in the eyes. I don't want an affair. I want you. The girl whose eyes glittered when you found the candy stash on the plane. The one who works hard at the office making sure no one's left behind. I like you. You like me. Is that so bad? He moved his face closer to mine, just as our lips were about to meet. A strong arm pulled me away. If you were going to break my rules, you could have chosen someone else. I looked up and saw my boss, Evan, standing there with his arm up. The two brothers glared at each other, while I stood there wishing I was back on that plane, away from the two of them.